What's going on, guys? Pixelated back at it again with another review. Today we are reviewing the highly sought after, somewhat difficult to get Yeezy V2 in the Bred colorway. Man, yes, these by far have more stock than previous Yeezys, and let's say these were still difficult AF to get. For me at least, I stayed up all night trying to get these off of different Adidas sites and was only able to get one pair throughout all my endeavors. How does that happen? I should be swimming in these with the amount of stock that was produced, right? Wrong. Let's not forget, with time, demand grows for a product. Once brand awareness increases, I can guarantee you not nearly as many people were attempting to purchase Yeezys when the V1 350s were releasing, because I wasn't one of those people either. Probably because I was still in university at the time and broke as Now I'm not in university and relatively less broke as Now these were released on Saturday, February 11th, 10 days before my birthday. Yay me, right? Now, while Adidas UK and US had exponentially more pairs than Adidas Canada, like tens of thousands more, while Canada had a microscopic 188 pairs, funny enough, I took an L on all those sites and was able to cop off Adidas Canada. What are the chances, right? I still managed to meander my way through. Low-key, whoever's in charge of distribution at Adidas definitely had a feud with Canada's old Prime Minister or something. The reason why I say old Prime Minister is because it must be an old Prime Minister, because everyone loves the new guy. Shout out Justin Trudeau, my man JT can't do no wrong. Anyways, onto the shoe. As with all V2s, I went true to size in these. Going half down I feel would be too small and half up would be too roomy for me. True to size fits just right in these for me, as shoes should be. There's a reason it's called true to size, although realistically that is not always the case. A friend of mine was telling me he thinks Kanye must purposely make sneakers for people with wide feet, and I'd have to agree with that notion. I have wide feet and these fit me great, better than Ultra Boost and NMDs. Ultra Boost tend to fit me narrow and long, and NMDs size differently on different models, and it's always a strain to figure out what the right fit will be for you. The upper is all black with a touch of red text. Like, I get why people are calling these Breds, but honestly they should just be called the blacks, because the amount of red on here is not very much really. Like, even when I wore them and looked at them in the mirror, they're a super understated shoe, or at least call them the ticker tapes. That would be a much more accurate description of the shoe colorway. Don't they look like the stock tickers? When the stock drops, you see it in all red on those stock exchange symbols running across ticker tape? These would satisfy every Wall Streeter's dreams. Adidas just missed a huge chance on capitalizing on that market. The goddamn stock market. Come on, Adidas, don't drop the ball like this again. I'm just kidding, Adidas didn't really drop the ball. You can see the consistency and stitch of the prime knit upper changes to a smoother knit where the color blocked stripe usually resides on the V2s. This is basically a replacement for the color blocked stripe, or is rather a black stripe, to match with the rest of the black prime knit of the shoe. We then have the red text mentioned previously running across the lateral side of the shoe. The text reads SPLY 350 and is mirrored. The midsole is a smoky black that allows you to vaguely see the boost cushioning hiding inside, kinda like a frosted window installed in your bathroom. The ridges of the V2 outsole are receded at the bottom to prevent extreme wear that you see on like the V1 350s. Those just look horrendous once worn in. The sneaker comes with all black rope laces, another clean touch to an already monochromatic shoe. We have the Adidas Yeezy text in white on a black insole, and the 3M stripes running down the inside of the heel pull tab. A cross stitch running down the middle of the upper from the toe box to the top of the tongue. The most significant thing about this Yeezy though is the fact that they brought back the pull tab that you see on previous Yeezy 350s of the V1 variety. No one's really sure why they brought it back after releasing 5 iterations of the shoe without it. Maybe they thought people were really having a ton of difficulty putting on the older V2s, or maybe it was an ode to the original 350s. My guess is the latter. Honestly, when it comes to putting the shoe on, the pull tab is pretty useless, but I've seen some mixed opinions on it. Personally, I think it's a nice touch to the shoe, albeit a bit unnecessary. When sample pics of the 350 V2 were first leaked online, when people didn't even know what they were called, the 350s, the 550s, etc., they had the pull tab on there, and although it looked a little awkward since it's too horizontal in my opinion, I feel like it should be a little more angled. I actually came to expect it being there when the sneaker released, so now that we have iterations without it, it's nice to actually see it on the shoe. Truthfully though, as big a fan as I am of color blocking and the whole color block stripe design on the previous Yeezy V2s, I must say out of all the black colorways, I actually see myself liking this over the striped pairs. I don't know what it is, but when you wear them, the lack of the stripe just gives them a cleaner look, which means you can literally match these with anything, and not to be limited to whatever matches or complements the single tone of a color block stripe. This is a refreshing feeling, and although I'm not a big fan of all or predominantly black shoes, I can see why people would prefer that over some crazy color blocking or off the wall design. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the month again. It's Hype Beast lacing time. And to add extra punch to the whole shebang, I pulled the most Hype Beastly move of them all, something you only see the real ones do. I tucked my pants in my socks. That's right, because not only do I want my laces to loosen up, I want my socks to do the same thing. Stretch a little bit, will ya? I'm trying to shove my pants in you. I don't know if that sounds wrong or not. Anyways, now is this a make or break, revolutionary, or must-have Yeezy? First of all, that's too many questions in one question. In my opinion, if you don't like any of the previous all-black Yeezy 350 V2s, there's probably a reason for that, and that reason most likely is the color block stripe. If that's the case, then these are definitely the shoe for you. If you're not into the whole wacky colorway of the beluga, which although I love, even I can admit is probably the least versatile sneaker colorway on planet Earth, and you want something you can wear with almost any fit, these are the sneaker for you as well. If you're somewhat of a snob like me and expect the most out of a sneaker design in terms of being creative or loud, you're probably better off with the other Yeezys. I can, however, see these being a lot of people's favorite Yeezy just based off that alone. It's a Yeezy V2, the fit and the comfort is there. In my opinion, the 350 V2s are one of the best fitting and most comfortable sneakers out right now. The pull tab being an ode to the V1 350 in my opinion, and just as a design cue is a welcome addition for me to the sneaker. I personally am not the biggest fan of this colorway, but that's just based on my personal taste. I do know a lot of people who don't like the previous ones that really like this one though, so I can't stress how important your personal taste is in this decision. Is it revolutionary? Well, we've seen previous iterations of the sneaker already, so not necessarily. I will say I believe the 350 V2 is a revolutionary design at its first conception, but the 350 V2 in general, in my opinion, it was a bold reinvention of an already popular sneaker. Must have? Once again, if you don't like the previous versions of the V2 but are into these, it's probably because of the versatility and simple colorway. Go for it, these are for you. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about the sneaker, what you think about the video. Would you or did you buy these? Why or why not? Please subscribe for more juicy content and please share with your friends. Let them know Pix does the dopest on-foot reviews. Also, the Yeezy giveaway is still going on my Instagram. I'll leave the link below. Please join. Please share with your friends. Who doesn't want free Yeezys, guys? Yeezys for free? Are you serious? Come on, son. With that being said, catch you later. Pixelated out.